You know when you know that there's something wrong, and you go to the doctors, right, and they're telling you some stuff, but you just know that it's not that. Trust me, keep going, because I've been going to the doctors for the last year and a half about my knee, and I've been telling them I've got a bad knee. Like I need to get it seen now. I need a scan. Kept saying to them, I need a scan. And then they kept declining me for a scan. And then I was going to all of these physiotherapies. They was telling me to go to this person, that person. I went to a chiropractor. They're telling me that I got something wrong with my patella tendon and all of these type of things.
With the what?
A patella tendon. Bro, I don't even know exactly what that is, to be honest with you.
These names in the body, there's so many.
I know, it's in the knee. It's in the knee anyway.
I name my child patella.
But do you know what? Like every person I went to anyway were telling me something a little bit different. But I'm telling, and they're giving me all of these exercises. I'm going to the flipping gym doing them. Like I'm doing everything they're telling me to do, but I know that there's a problem. There's an issue. Anyway, in the end, I managed to get a scan, yeah? And it turns out that I got a flipping torn cartilage. I need to get surgery on my knee. Imagine that. Do you know what the thing is as well? Yeah. Do you know how I ended up? I think I ended up getting that the scan in the first place anyway. Because after doing all of this, I was about to go private. Okay. But what happened was, I went to the doctors for the last time, and I said to the woman, yeah, and she's a lovely woman, but I told her, see, I'm self-employed. Yeah, and if I can't walk and can't do certain things, I can't get paid. So you're telling me to do all of these different things and see all of these different people, but I'm letting you know that if in the worst case scenario, my knee gives away and it had nothing to do with what they're telling me, the next time I'm coming here, it's going to be a big issue.
So Can I suggest something? Since you take your health that seriously, why don't you have private healthcare? Because I believe this L could possibly live with you. Because you said you went there numerous times despite the fact that you knew there was something wrong with your knee. Yeah. So therefore you had the knowledge of knowing that whatever they were saying was absolute bollocks. So you could have
I didn't know. I couldn't say
No, you couldn't say that because
I just wanted a scan.
But the one thing we can definitely agree is that you didn't believe what they were saying. So whether it was bollocks at the time or not, it wasn't confirmed, but you believed it was bollocks. That's why you kept going back. So why just go private?
Yeah.
It would have just saved that. You would have saved yourself a year.
Yeah, fair. But you know what? I was looking at how much it was going to cost me to do it, and obviously I was going to do it. But because I go to the doctors all the time, and usually they always come through, I just thought this was a process that they're sending me through. I was just going through the process. Had they not have sent me for a scan this time, I would have just went private. I would have just done it. But it wasn't that I didn't believe them. It's just, as far as I'm concerned, you're telling me that it is X, Y, and Z. But if you just do a scan, then we can know as 100% that's exactly where it is.
Do you know what you just done right there? I know the child's mine, but let's go and do a paternity test just to make sure that I'm the dad. Like, you didn't believe them. You're saying you believed them, but you didn't believe them. That's why you wanted the scan, just to confirm that little 5% in your mind that was saying to you, I'm not entirely sure. Which essentially
it's not right. About me whether I believe them or not. It wasn't like I didn't not believe them. And
it wasn't a scan.
I just wanted a scan. Just tell me for peace of mind that it definitely
is that.
Peace of
mind? What's peace of mind?
But bro, I'm not saying that I didn't believe them, because they're specialists. At the end of the day, if you're a specialist, you're telling me what it is. But as far as I'm concerned, if you give me a scan, then it just gives me that peace of mind that I know 100% that you know what you're talking about.
Oh, sweet.
But it wasn't like this man's telling me something and I'm thinking to myself, this guy's chatting shit. I'm like, okay, cool, you're feeling my knee or whatever, and you say that you've done this a million times, but just give me the scan and then we can just go from there.
I know what you're saying.
That's not unreasonable.
You know,
thing.
not to believe someone. It's not a deep thing. It's not like it's I don't believe nothing you're saying, but you can be like, I don't fully trust what you're saying, and that's because you don't believe.
But it's not. This is the thing. It's not trust. It's just
no. But it's not even just about believing. It's about when you feel something in your body.
Yeah.
That outweighs anything a doctor can tell you.
Because
a doctor can tell you, you feel fine. You look fine. You look fine. But if that non-fine feeling just isn't going away, and you're feeling it there all the time, then it doesn't matter what a doctor says.
Yes. And to be honest with you, when they've told me the first time, it's not like I left there and felt this guy's chatting shit. He's told me, do these exercises and it should help strengthen the knee. So I'm doing them. I've left comfortably and I'm doing the exercises and stuff like that. And I'm going back and I'm saying to the guy, do you know what,
it's not working.
Nothing's happened. It's like, in fairness to you, it does feel a tiny bit better. But let me just get a scan. It does feel a bit better, but let me just get a scan because maybe it's short-term fixes that you're giving me. I need a long-term fix. I don't mind going through a process of doing something for a year or a year and a half or whatever it is. I don't mind doing that, but like, I don't want a short-term fix. So yeah, it is doing better, but please let me just get that in it. So had I not have got the scan this time,
can I be a cunt?
what's that?
It's because you don't believe them.
Man's a C-bomb thing, you know.
Oh my god!
So you said, Chucky, you booked in?
No, not yet. No, not yet.
Under the knife yet?
I think you.
No, I got the scan a couple of days. I mean, I got the scan a couple of days ago. I had the follow up as well, and yeah, I'm just waiting for a phone call to tell me when I've got to go for the keyhole surgery. They're telling me
keyhole.
Yeah,
That's a proper.
I saw that on Football Manager. It's proper
man,
thing.
what doctors you rolling with, boy?
But
The paper's different over there, isn't it?
Nah,
DJ and all that, you know, them
keyhole.
sports scientists.
It's keyholes.
No.
Their knees now.
going private, that would have cost me a piece still, but
Yeah.
like, I would have had to have done that at the end of the day because, you know, like it got to a state, I haven't jumped in about a year. I'm scared to jump, bro. The last time I jumped, it felt like my knee was about to twist all the way off. The psychological trauma that it puts in your mind after that is mad. Because that happened twice. And from then I said, I ain't doing that again. Now, like, I feel it every day, but it's not painful.
Can I say something then? I just want to know how, because you know I was going to go private, but then the family moved to Sweden, so then I just sort of like had to reshape everything and then sort of put it to the back of my mind. But you said it was going to cost you a bit of money. So how does the payment work in private? Do you pay one installment straight away, or is it like a?
No, I think you could do private payment plans. I'm sure you can. Yeah, I'm sure you can do payment plans.
So that really affirms in my mind that next time, Chucky, because we're in a position where we're freelancers, like you said, and if we don't go to work, we ain't getting paid. Yeah, let's just go private, fam. Because it may cost a bit, but you know what? That might save you bare money in the future. Because who knows what more further damage you've done to your knee in this year? Yeah, you don't even know.
But then the thing is, it's never a waste anyway, because health is wealth. So you investing in your health is never a waste.
Investing in yourself, innit?
Yeah, of course.
By the way, I'm saying this as someone that doesn't have private healthcare.
Yeah, same here.
Like, it's a bit hypocritical.
Do you go to the doctors?
I do. I'm not gonna lie. I am one of those males. I am one of those males that kind of like puts it off until you feel like you're on your deathbed type of thing. Like, if I got a cold, I'm not one of those people that run to get antibiotics or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I don't go to the doctor and go, can I get antibiotics? Bare people do that and waste the doctor's time. Like, I'll try and fight it off. But then obviously if it's reoccurring and like the chest infection doesn't clear up, then I might have to do it. But that's like last resort with me.
Yeah, see, that's...
But I want to get more in the habit of just going for regular checkups anyway. Poe was with me remember over Christmas, my chest.
Yeah.
And we had to pull up and go to hospital. I think it was only before we was on the way to the podcast with Cret.
Okay.
I went to hospital that day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Like, it was mad. I had a mad chest infection. And then we were driving, and bro, I just felt like I couldn't breathe. And we had to pull up in, is it St. Mary's or whatever the hospital is in like
Central.
Warren Street. Yeah. So we had to pull up there and just run in, and then like...
How long was you there?
About 30 to 40 minutes.
Oh, right. Not even that long then.
Yeah, no, because when it's asthma, because I got asthma as well.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't even say that. When you've got asthma and then you come with anything breathing related, it's like a priority. Like, you just skip.
Yeah.
Because someone could be over a broken wrist, but obviously that's not, you're not going to die from a broken wrist. Yeah. But even when I came in, they weren't treating me with much urgency. Like, clearly I wasn't having the maddest asthma attack. But
Do you go, doctors?
Nah, I ain't got time.
You ain't got time to go to the doctors. Doctors.
I had an STD when I was like 21 one time, and I knew it. I couldn't bother to go to.
Oh, that's
didn't have.
Did it take care of itself?
No, I just didn't have sex with no one. And then when I was like, all right, cool, I want to have sex again. I thought I'd go down there, sort it out. It wasn't even that bad.
But when you feeling symptoms,
that's mad.
When you feeling symptoms, like when it itchy.
What do you mean when you wanted to? Because when you have antibiotics, you still need to have like a couple of weeks off.
And I did, but like sex wasn't really a priority to me. Football Manager was a priority.
No.
I'm playing end to end with the man. Them like I can still do all the things I want to do. So I don't need to have sex.
I don't think them take weeks off, you know.
No, we don't.
They get that advice and they don't take weeks off, and then they just don't.
What in that? Yeah. No, because you just fling a condom on.
Oh, but man aren't doing that. Let's be real.
Oh, seriously, don't take me. I do, fam.
No, first of all, I want to disclaim that I have never had one.
Oh, okay. I have.
I've got lucky twice.
I got lucky, touch wood. So, what I'm saying is,
twice, man.
I speak to a lot of man. I know man that have never been.
So
do I. Say no names, but they've never been.
Yeah, that's
openly
mental.
saying they've never.
Yeah, that's mental. Are big men as well?
What? Clean mid-30s.
Big men.
Mid-30s.
Yeah, but then I know
Never have gone.
I know
Never.
a 42-year-old woman who doesn't have a driver's license but drives every day. I just think some people
Yeah,
just...
but
I know, it's mad, isn't it? But I just think some people just can't be asked, fam. They're like, fuck it.
yeah, but
It's
you know
really
what?
bad.
Yeah, that is mad as well. Still, but
No, it's all bad. Like the
It's
driver's
all bad
license
still.
and the no condom. It's all terrible. Think about it.
no. It's the no condom is like that is not necessarily that bad, but it's bad if you're having sex with. If you've never gone to check yourself out and
Yeah.
you could potentially have a STD, then having sex with no condom is outrageous. It's
so
outlandish
wild. But
and
the thing is-
crazy.
But the thing is, a
you
lot of
imagine?
people go by symptoms, though, don't they?
Yeah,
Which
but there's
obviously
some that you
shouldn't.
don't get no symptoms from.
I know, but that's how a lot of people maneuver.
Like media, you don't get symptoms from that,
No, you can.
You can.
do you?
I've heard you can.
What discharging that?
Bruskala.
I don't know about all
Charge
them-
me.
them-
dog.
I don't know about that. But
What
I know
is even discharge anyways? That's like something that all starts coming
Comes
out of
out,
the line
innit?
and that.
I swear, like discharge. I know women have discharge with something.
Yeah.
So
women
that's how
get
I remember
discharge.
it. I don't remember if a man has discharge.
Yeah, men get discharged, but I don't know what it is.
Man get discharge.
Yeah, but I don't know
discharge. I
what.
know is when you come out the hospital, cuz I'm not trying to hear all this.
Cuz-
But no, it's a
Dis-
certain like. There's a
So
certain.
many different kinds of discharge.
Let me see.
Just
Are
get
they
what I'm
yellow?
saying.
I don't want to see it. Let's
Can
not
you
see
look?
it.
Can
me
we
see the
listen?
No, I'm just looking at the suggestions. There's like
let's
5 different.
You know, there's like way more bad things that can happen from
Pregnancy
sex.
discharge.
No, check it like this. Yeah,
Images.
there's way more bad things that can happen from sex than good, but the good thing is just overweighs the bad, if you know what I mean. So
what you mean.
the good thing is like you can have a baby.
Pregnancy
That's a
discharge.
massive blessing. That's one of the biggest blessings that you could ever have. But then you look
Not
at
for
all
everyone.
of the not for everyone, yeah, true. But if you look at all the different types of diseases that you can get through having sex, it's outrageous. And it's even mad to think that maybe like once upon a time it just came from one
Last
thing.
one, I'm sorry.
Like maybe one injection. It came from one injection or one person, and then it just went international.
It's crazy, isn't it? And a lot of these diseases are just like evolutions of other diseases, like hybrids.
Yeah.
They just mix. Like, see, like when you get the common cold, if you've had a common cold, you can never get that exact strain again. So when you get another cold that just feels like a cold, it's a completely different virus.
Yeah.
That's mad because your body builds immunity to
Yeah, it's
every
true.
virus.
Serious?
Yeah. So if you get a cold, your body will build in. When you fight it off, your body builds it. It stores that antibody in your body. And then when you get another cold, it may feel like the cold you've had before, but it's a completely different virus.
There's
Come like
bare-
women,
They
innit?
just evolve and always like, it's mad.
There's
like
bare
women
spin-off
lit.
diseases and that.
Spin-off.
And new ones.
I like that spin-off.
There's
disease.
all kinds of new...
You make it sound like a TV show.
Yeah, like...
That's
and
what Tyrese wanted,
Lice. Lice and that. Like, what?
Lice,
How do these
crabs.
things even happen? Like, crabs.
Yeah, how do you get crabs? Like,
I think
No,
it's
why do they want to live on
because
humans?
medicine makes a lot of money. So we
Yes.
have to create all of these things,
Definitely.
That's true.
problems, so we can make more money.
Definitely.
So what we should do is get in the medicine business, create some problems, so we can make money as well. Can that's how you white people do it. My dick.
So what? Going by that,
Shouldn't have spotted you.
yeah, innit? So going by that theory, then, did like someone in a pharmaceutical company like get loads of little lice and crabs and they just put it on the human and they said, "Fuck that human,"
Possibly.
and then now we've got to create a fucking.
Yeah, it's lit.
Possibly.
It's lit,
Or
man.
like flipping... I don't know. Even with some of the other ones, it's just a simple injection, isn't it? Imagine, like, let's just say, hypothetically
the
speaking, you
conspiracy
could...
theories.
yeah, we're going to talk about that later on as well. But, like, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, yeah, in school, when they give you the BCG and that, they could just give one child a mad thing.
Bro, wait. I've always questioned the BCG. Like, why does of all the injections, why do we have this little lump here?
I didn't get
always
one.
questioned it.
Didn't you?
No.
And
And
your
you're
mum
lit.
wasn't on it, innit?
See?
Yeah, I haven't. None of my kids got injections as
imagine.
well.
Look, and he's
All
all
that. None of my kids got injections.
See?
Is
And he
it?
ain't never had
My dogs
tuberculosis.
are out here, fam. Like,
What?
I just need to be sure. I
Talk,
don't know
why
what's
would it be
going
a
on.
No, but talk to me.
requirement?
Talk to me about that. Like,
Yeah.
if you remember, how comes you didn't? Like, do you remember?
Because for me, it was like the whole situation is, yeah, like as I got older, I just don't trust everything. And I just know that if I know the bigger picture of the thing is the system's lying to me. Once I know that, I have to be very careful about everything that I just let, especially with my kids. Like, I only gonna have one chance. So when I started reading up about all of these things, a lot of the things were probabilities. This might happen, this might not happen. It's like, why am I taking something? Because this might happen.
So what? That was your decision, not your parents' decision.
It was my decision not to get a BCG, and it was my decision not to. They planned it for me. I went to go to get the BCG, and I bopped out.
Young independent thinker.
Yeah, and then my kids, I was like, nah. Until I know what's going in their body and I'm understanding of it and I'm aware of it, then yeah, go ahead. But I'm still gonna put anything in my kid's body because the doctor told me. The doctor don't give a fuck about my kids.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? I never even thought one thing. You know that?
You just did it, innit?
I just did it.
Me too.
That's nuts.
That's what I'm saying. How are you, from that age, how was you so enlightened?
Because my mum and dad always said to me, if you don't understand something, you should question it. And it doesn't matter who it's coming from. You've got to question it. So when I looked to the doctor, I just said to them, why do you have a BCG? And he goes, oh. And her response was, all the children get a BCG. I'm out.
It's not good enough.
That's not good enough for me.
It's not good enough.
You're not explaining why you're taking that needle there and putting it in my arm. And even my mum was like, oh, just get it done. And I was like, but you told me. So wait a minute. So now I have no reason why I'm getting a BH. Fam, fuck it. I don't want it. And I just never got it.
It's dodgy though.
That's the only one that leaves the mark. I've had bare injections.
Never got it.
Bare injections. And the only one I've got is that.
Don't you think it's dodgy?
So that's what I'm saying, yeah? That's what I'm saying. You could just inject, like, let's just say all the BCGs or wherever it started was like within good intention, right? But as what Poet said, you know, we need to create a problem somewhere. So all we need to do is just do one. Like, we just, out of however many thousands of people, we could just drop a little bit of something in this one and give it to any youth. At the end of the day, the likelihood is at some point they're going to have unprotected sex.
And think
then
about
that
this,
person is going to have unprotected sex with someone else. Then bro, it's
Chucky,
mad.
Think about this as well, yeah. When you take a look at all the professions in life, I was just thinking about this right now, yeah. What is the two hardest professions that we can ignorantly, without too much thought, think of that's really difficult to get into?
Well, being a doctor
and a lawyer. Yeah. So if we know them two industries
I'm reading
require
a book called The Secret Barrister, by the way, it's good.
And years of teaching to get into it, that kind of means that realistically, you need a lot of patience. And if you're from the hood where in which things are happening simultaneously, like all the time, where like, cause you ain't even got time for patience because bro, like I need money right now. You're not really getting taught patience. So that means all that knowledge and information predominantly is given to the middle class individuals. And the working class individuals like us are the people that have to go through all the pain of having to have doctors and all of this because we haven't got the knowledge, we haven't got the know-how. So now the middle class and the upper class have all this information and they're keeping it for themselves. We're none the wiser. So I'm just going to go to school and get this fucking injection. And everyone's just going to say, well, you're a little middle class kid, you're a migrant, we're not going to explain to you. Although I'm not saying that's their trailer thought, but that's the environment we're put in. So I'm not taking the beer and I'm not giving it to my kids as well because I don't have the knowledge and know-how that some people actually do. I know this middle class kid that who's like my age, this don't even take injections when he leaves the country, bro. He's not on it. He goes, the only place I'll take loads of injections for is Africa because I'm fully aware that situations have been put there for us to. It's like, do you understand where I'm coming from? It's like, I ain't going to go to certain places in the hood unless I got a certain amount of protection because I know, regardless, I'm going to have a problem over there. And that's his attitude to Africa. And he goes, just because, you know, Europeans have gone there and killed it out, so that's what's left. So you kind of have to put these, you know, things in. But he hasn't had no injections when he was younger. This study don't take no injections to go anywhere. He doesn't give a damn. And I'm just like, what?
Need the malaria ones though. But
yeah, 100%.
Right, for Africa.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
with
Africa,
he's not fucking about.
Catch that one.
Yeah.
That's because that's what they left there.
Yeah, of course.
And they've left it there. And I know this is part of a wider discussion, which is a bit jarring. I'm sorry about that. But like, that's the reason why I just think so deeply about these things. I'm like, right, to be a doctor and a lawyer is so difficult. So it's like, cause I just can't agree with everything you lot are saying. Because it's not like, for example, the jobs that we've got. There's so much people we can talk to and find out how you can get into that field. Cause in order to be a doctor, you got to go and talk to people that are doctors, and then you got to trust the information that they're giving you. Because it's just long. I'm just not on it. I need to know my own stuff.
I had an injection. I can't remember which country I was going to yet, but I got an injection. My arm was stiff for time. I went cinema. After that, I couldn't even move my arm. After that, I can't even remember where I was going. Bro.
Do you know what?
But I do go doctors though sometimes. Like in Russia, they gave me the worst medicine for my tonsillitis. Like the best. It was like the strongest thing ever. It knocked me the fuck out. Yeah. I was sweating for like 2 days and shit. So I'm not saying.
Were you saying the worst or the best?
It was the best because it was the worst. Like it was the worst process of healing anything I had to go through because it was so strong. So I'm not against doctors, by the way. That's one thing I have to make clear. I'm not saying I'm against it, but I just question a lot of things.
No, but what I want to say is we have to distinguish as well the difference between doctors and scientists in pharmaceutical companies. They're two different things.
That's true.
The doctors are not in the lab when these things are being made. They're just the people that prescribe it.
That's true.
They went and studied a curriculum. They were told this is what you give out if this person's sick. They got nothing to do with the concoction of what people are taking.
But they may have
the BCG.
but they may have the knowledge of what's in it.
Oh yeah, they do, but they've been told that that's good for you. They're not making.
They're not making.
So you got to go to the pharmaceutical companies where the scientists are making these things.
That's probably extra
scientists,
stuff.
and those are the real criminals allegedly.
Yeah. So
those are the real criminals.
So what he's saying
pharmaceutical companies.
what he's saying is still right in a sense that like
you're saying it's fully right.
You know what I'm saying is that like though to get into there must be even more studying.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
must be like a whole different.
And that's
level.
almost like, well, if we look at it at that level without going on conspiracy, because we know there's an agenda by pharmaceutical companies. Yeah. So to get in there as well, that's almost like a fraternity, bro.
That's a
like
mad exclusive.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
club,
a secret society. Maybe not fraternity, that's not the right word. Like a, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because you've heard people like what they call them whistleblowers, where they come out and speak on things that go on in these institutions and companies and stuff like that. And then they become whistleblowers. They got to be on the run. They got to hide.
It's long.
They got to do secret YouTube videos.
And this is the truth of the matter as well. Like, obviously, this is mad as a very intense way to think about life every single day. And I don't advise anyone do it. I'm just saying this is the way I think sometimes. Because it's going in my body. Like, this is the only thing I actually truly own is my body. So I should be more aware of what I'm putting in it, at least at some point in my life. Like, Sebi was aware what he was putting in his body, and I've only found out through this Nipsey Hussle death because I was mad at him to this stuff. Donnie got killed, fam. And then like, my thing is just like, if we're not aware of what we're putting in our body, bro, it's just, at least know you're putting shit in your body, so that way you're not surprised when certain things happen. But I don't even think we're aware of the shit we're putting in our body. And then when certain things happen down the line, we're like, how did this happen? I went to gym every day.
We trust the professionals, innit?
Yeah. I mean, it's even deeper than just the pharmaceutical and doctors, like, and talking about putting in your body, like even the food we put in our body, bro.
Definitely.
That's nothing to do. That's to do with agriculture, farmers and stuff like that. They're poisoning us on that level. So people talking about poisoning through
on a casual
injections
level.
and stuff like that, which we know drugs are a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
We're talking about food.
McDonald's.
The number one thing we need to nourish ourselves with. I don't want to get on some deep vegan thing because I'm not even a vegan. But
Never mind.
I don't want to go down that road because you know people go, he's preaching about, because my diet's crap, bro. My diet's not good.
Terrible.
Like, Deliveroo and Uber Eats know me. I am like a VIP client. They know me. Like, we need black cards out here.
Yeah, but you can still get good food on Uber Eats, surely.
No, you can, but bro, like,
convenient.
At the end of the day, I don't know what it is, because at least if I go to the supermarket and buy something, I can flip the packet, look at what's actually in what I'm eating, check if there's preservatives, check if they're colours. But when I'm ordering it off Deliveroo, that's just getting chefed up left, right, and centre. I don't know what's in that. I have no idea. I can't read the ingredients. I'm just taking their
mixed
gospel.
up in all different types of things.
Bro, that's their
cooked in the
gospel.
same pots and pans as other shit.
It's so mad.
That's the one thing I love about my dad.
Do you know what, funny enough, I remember one time being in, this is a bit different, but I remember being in Jamaica one time, and I went and got like some jerk chicken from some place or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, I've taken the jerk chicken, off the pan or whatever.
The best.
But anyway, when I've taken it back now, I'm smelling it and I'm like, and I've eaten a little bit and I'm like, nah, man, it smells like pork though. It smells like pork.
What did he tell you?
So what he's done is, he's cooked he's cooked them both in the same thing.
No, you can't.
Do you get what I'm saying? You can't
Most
do
restaurants
that.
do that. Most do that though.
No,
I know most do that.
Actually, not it.
But no, not most. But so if you can get away with it, they will.
No, the ones on Just
mad.
Eat do that. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Fam, you gotta go to halal, fam. Everything I go to is halal to be in my mouth. But that's one thing I should do. Mitch is right though. I need to be a little bit more intense with the food I eat, because I'm just
That's
sometimes.
the number one thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the number one thing. That's what we live on, die on, our food, bro.
But it's not like I have to. I'm not asking anyone to intensely do that, because that's all mad. But it's just you have to be aware.
Yeah.
And because I have no knowledge of these medicines, cuz have you ever looked at like Calpo and stuff? Cuz it looks like bare Greek names, fam. I'm just looking at all this thing. I'm like, you know what, brother? I don't know what's going on here.
God,
it doesn't
he's
even
so
taste
right.
natural.
I
You
don't
know when
even
you look
know
at the
what
back,
the
it's
hell
like
this-
I don't understand none of this shit.
It's got glutamafla.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
But I'm just
like,
gonna
what?
fling it in my. I don't know the long term. That I don't know anything. And then when you've got a child, I'm gonna now ignorantly say to my child, "Yeah, don't worry. This is. I don't have a fucking. At least with the chicken, I can say to them, look, big man, these are the problems eating chicken, and these are the problems eating that. With medicine, I have no clue, but I am aware there are some medicines that we bloody well need otherwise.
But the thing is as well though, that it does seem like even amongst my brothers anyway, man, them don't go to the doctors and get checks as much as maybe we probably could do, and like.
You know what that is, though?
I am the same. My mum is she got a cold and she's gonna go and get something checked out, and ultimately it's good because something. My mum went through something at one point as well, and had she not have had that mind to do those type of things, they would never have seen it, never have caught it, and then it could have just been a whole different pass up. But for us, usually, as you said, like we'll go until the very last second, and then sometimes that can be too late. Do you get me?
But you know why males do it? It's because of this hyper masculine image we like to project to society of ourselves. Like, you're not allowed to be weak. If you go to the doctors, you're weak. Men aren't allowed to cry. If you cry, you're weak. It's all about.
Can I just say that I hear that. Yeah, but I hear that. But to be honest with you, I've never heard the narrative of going to the doctors being weak. But I think that for whatever reason, I can't speak for everyone, but I think for whatever reason, we always just think in our mind, don't worry, it will just be all right. Well, you know what I mean?
But doesn't that pander to that? Like, doesn't that mean, because I'm assuming here, but it feels like men go to the doctors less than women.
Yes.
Unless you're old.
Yes.
All of my friends, anyway, I can only speak for the people around me. They're not really going to go unless, like I said, you're feeling it, like crawling, can't move type of thing.
Yeah.
Doctors is the last resort.
Even then I don't go. One time I had food poisoning, I couldn't even move. I genuinely couldn't move. And I just said, I'm just going to drink 2 water. I'll be right back here and Football Manager. And that's what happened.
Do you know what the problem is?
Scared,
I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem
is
that I think that you see like that, yeah? See like that example that you gave, yeah, where you had the food poisoning or whatever. You drank 2 water or whatever. Ultimately, regardless of what happened, you're better, innit? You was okay. You're good now.
I just told you the reason why I don't go. It's because I'm scared.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But
that's the reason why I don't go.
On top of all of that, yeah, it's like
I don't know. I might find out something else.
I hear that. No, I hear what I'm saying.
Bro, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not justifying what I'm saying with logic, you know. So I'm just telling you why I don't go sometimes.
Your whole thing is ignorance is bliss. You'd rather not
guess
know.
So. Yeah, I'm just a tramp like that.
Well, see, I hear that. And this is the ultimate point that I was making is that it's both of that, isn't it? Ignorance is bliss, but also I'll be all right. Because the last one I got, like, you know what I mean? I felt shit, but ultimately I got better.
No, the last one I got, I felt
like I might have mashed up my finger or whatever. It might have broken, but I put it back into place and it feels all right.
Yeah, but what does that mean though? Because what I'm saying to you is there's a reason why you don't go and do something, like a genuine reason, not like it'll be alright.
Oh yeah, no,
that's just a phrase. Like, I don't know what that's associated with.
Shook.
So I've associated I'm gonna be alright with I'm scared. I'm fully aware I'm scared, and man's a chief in it, but I'm healthy.
I'm good. Do you know what? I'm cool. The only thing that I'm scared about is the fucking, you know, the thing that they put in your, what is it? The prostate thing. I'm scared of that because of the procedure of how they do it, where they stick the thing in your ass. Yeah, and I've had like a couple of things people do that, and when you get to a certain age, you're supposed to do that. But like,
serious,
every person that I know has done it has all said to me, they've said that they've done it, and I've said, how does it feel? And they're like, mad uncomfortable. Not gonna lie, and those are the things that make it worse. Because if Bear Man said, you know what, like, yeah, I got it done,
yeah,
and you know what, like, it was, you know what I mean, it was a little prick, but cool. But when man's telling you, fam, it's a madness.
So you're afraid?
Then that makes you.
That's what I'm saying. Man's just.
I have to. I'm a guy like this. Yeah. Once I get myself in a psychological space, yeah, I need to do it at that moment in time. If that moment in time doesn't happen, then we gotta wait again. It's the same with like bungee jumping, for example. I'd love to bungee jump, but I can't say to you on the 15th of July, I'm gonna bungee jump, because my mind might not be like that. But I might wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, I could bungee jump right now. I need to do it right now. I need to do it right now. I could be like that with the doctors. I have to psychologically get myself in that mindset of, yeah, I'm going to go now. Otherwise, if I plan to go, it's a different thing.
I'm like that with sex when I was living with my girlfriend. I swear to God, like at one point in my life,
Callum co-signs whatever poet's about to say.
You feel me, Callum? But sometimes I'm looking at my girl like, if I don't feel like it, cause Netflix is still lit, like we can just chill, like we don't.
It's a chill.
But when
and when the time comes, like days later, I'm like, no.
But Callum, you know
like the ones where you're talking mad crud to the missus and that, and then the like few days, like the time comes when you're supposed to link up and something's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, and then I make up some dumb excuse. I can't be bothered.
Bro,
mad.
I'm telling you, it happened. When I was single, yeah, I get it, bro. That was worse.
She's like, come now. I'm like, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
It can be the same.
I'm telling you. That's like me even going out. Like recently, I don't want to go nowhere.
Oh, you're like,
in my house.
You know me.
Yeah, I just want to chill in my ass. Yeah. But you know what? One time the other day, I did get this invite to this beach party, and I still wasn't going. 1 o'clock hit me. My friend's like, Paul, man, It's lit though. I don't even know what that meant to me at that moment. I've run the bath.
Yeah.
I've ordered the what? I came out of my bed. I was just telling Yinka I ain't going nowhere. Scrap that. Big man, I just felt something.
Just hit you.
I'm out. I'm in there now, active.
That's exactly how I am.
What gigs on stage, active.
That's exactly how I am.
Love that.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you act on impulse, innit? It's just like you're not on something at that time, but something happens. Something in the spirit happens, you're like, fuck it, I'm off, I'm going.
I'm out.
I've always been like that. I'll jump in my car and I'll jump in my car and go wherever the hell I want to go when I feel like I want to do that. Yeah. But sometimes planning things for me, outside of work anyway, the only time I can really plan things is work stuff. And that can be really bad. But there's times like some of my friends will be like, on this date, we're going to go and do X, Y, and Z. And cool. But then like, sometimes I might be like, you know what, hit me closer to the time. Because I just might not be in that mind frame of wanting to do that.
Do you know what's so mad? I think I'm 80% of that. I'm down with that. I am like that as well, especially because of work. But what I learned from how unhealthy my years were last year and my year was before that was that that's all my life began to represent was just work. Like I don't even know what else it meant. How's what you do? I went work. Like you know, I'm always telling people I'm working, and just that whole like if I'm not working to like enjoy the. Bruv, there was a time where I was broke, fam, and I enjoyed my life more. So why am I working and why am I so stressed? So it was like little things like LA. I booked it knowing that I'm probably gonna get jobs, and I even did. But my whole thing was, cause if this is my little 10 days away from absolutely everything, I'm taking it. Fam. I don't give a fuck what happens.
But and even my holidays are impulsive sometimes.
No, but they can be.
I just booked
balance,
Jamaica.
though. I think you need balance.
I just booked Jamaica. I booked Ibiza. I just booked Ibiza. You like sometimes I just. And then that way I can't now change the plan because that's in the future. Now that I've booked it, I've paid the money. I can't change that.
Yeah, that's how.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. But if somebody says to me, for example, I know this is like a stupid example, but there's like a family thing that's going on at the moment, where some of my family's talking about, so basically in 2020. We're all gonna book to go Jamaica.
Like,
you know
what the hell? Listen. I was talking about a month or so, or 2 months, or maybe even 3. I'll give you half a year. When I get invites to weddings and I'm like, it's this time next year, I'm like, big man, big man, just call me.
Even when I get bookings for weddings, I tell people all the time, like, just hit me like at least 5 months, 6 months.
No, bookings at work's work. I don't mind work.
A year I could die.
A year's a bit mad.
No, but
you know what? It's different for 9 to 5.
Yo, you trying to book me for 2021? I might be dead.
It's different. It's different for 9 to 5ers. I think though. It depends what you. It depends what life you lead, because I feel like 9 to 5ers. You get a certain amount of annual leave.
Yeah.
You get a certain amount of days off. You're in a bit more of a structured routine in terms of work and stuff. Yeah, so you can I'm gonna get Christmas off and have that next year. Do you know what I mean? They book it way more in advance. When you're self-employed or freelance, bro, things change all the. I was supposed to go away with Poet. I booked it. I gave Poet the P's for the Airbnb, half the P's.
When was this?
I booked when did I?
10th.
We booked it to go next week.
Oh, you booked
Wednesday.
it already?
Yeah. We booked it like 3 to 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Or maybe a bit less.
No, I think it was longer than that. Yeah,
longer. I gave him the P's, everything. I bought my 2 flights for me and my girl. I gave him half the P's for the Airbnb.
It's the Airbnb that took long.
Yeah, and then a massive job came in, and now I'm losing the P's, the flight P's.
Yeah.
But for me, this is where I'm like. But I just think differently about everything. Like not everything, just some things. But look, I like balance. I really like balance. I spoke to Unai Emery the other day. He said something so lit. He said to me,
"Let's slide that in, innit?"
Nah, because it was. I don't want to take no responsibility for this quote. It's lit. He goes, he needs balance in his life because the fall down and the come up from wins and losses sometimes is too deep. Yeah. So if you look at a win and it's all the way up there, when you have a loss, you're going to end up down here. Same way if you got a loss and you're down here and you want to build up, it's too long. So you'll have exceptions. Like for example, if I get a big job, I might be up there for a little bit, but I try and remain balanced. So that way, if anything bad happens, the drop isn't too bad. And if anything good happens, I don't feel too on top of the world and feel like I'm untouchable. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I need to have that same balance in everything I do. So even with work, I appreciate that. I'm a freelancer, but I have friends that are 9 to 5ers. So if there's going to be an opportunity for us to all link up and do something, I'm going to find the compromise with the 9 to 5ers because it's like, I'm a freelancer. I've got more time to do it. Do you know what I mean? So I think healthy balance is, bro, it's so lit.